Welcome to Rock the Life, a podcast for fans by fans. I'm Katya.
I'm Amy.
Amy, I'm going to have you introduce our guest soon, who I am excited for us to talk about.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing and talented, and our youngest guest so far. I think she'll probably hold that record for quite some time. But before we introduce her, if you wouldn't mind, if you're liking the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It really helps us to grow our audience. Leave a comment. If you're listening on one of the streaming platforms, please do the same. Rate us, leave a comment, give us a note, some encouragement. It really helps to spread the word about the podcast. So today, oh my goodness, Skylar Jade is with us today. You are not going to believe the story of this 12-year-old. She's living the dream. Like our teenage dreams were like everything that she's doing. Talented. Yeah.
Wildly talented.
Yeah. Crazy. You guys, I can't wait for you to meet her. Here's Skylar. Hi, Skylar. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're totally jazzed to get to know you a little bit and hear your story.
Thank you.
So Skylar, I want to start out with introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm Skylar Jade. I'm 12 years old, and I'm a 80s hair metal, thrash metal, speed metal, progressive metal singer, songwriter, and guitarist from Nashville, Tennessee. So,
yeah.
So
we
awesome.
have been watching your Instagram, and like you're blowing me away, and you're
Right.
one of us from a different generation. But I love it. So I want you. Okay, first, what did you listen to get ready for this interview? Was there any music that pumped you up?
So I was listening to my thrashy playlist.
Nice. So who's
I
on
love
it?
Lots of like Exodus, Megadeth, of course I can't name any now that you're asking me.
Right. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it all leaves my head once I get asked, but all the thrash.
Oh, that's great. So you are 12. So I have to ask, how long have you been playing, singing, doing music?
So I've kind of always been a singer. Like I remember being like 4 years old in my mom's garage singing Zombie by the Cranberries. The Cranberries? Is it the Cranberries?
It is the Cranberries. Yes,
Yeah,
that's exactly
yeah.
right. Dolores Riordan and the Cranberries. Yeah.
And I did not start playing guitar, or I didn't start performing until like January of, last year. Yeah. I didn't start playing guitar until around the same time either.
So where was the first place you performed last year? What was it?
The first place I performed was Tootsie's Back Room, and on Broadway in Nashville.
Wow. Yeah. Did you sing or play guitar? What were you doing?
I sang "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey, and it was so unplanned. Like we were going there to watch one of my mom's friends, and the shift before hers was like auditions, and I was like plotting, and so I went and I wrote my name down, and they called me up, and then I sang it, and I'm not saying it was good, but I sang it.
Nice. And you did it.
Yeah.
So was there a crowd of people watching you?
There was. It was my first time.
Were you nervous?
Very.
Yeah.
So then how did you end up picking up the guitar?
So, oh my gosh. There is a crazy lore with this. So whenever I was in like 4th grade, I think it was 4th grade, maybe 5th grade, in school we were doing a whole thing with ukuleles. I don't know why, but it was my thing. I loved it so much, and I went home and I was like, I need one. And so I got one, and one weekend I had it at my dad's house, which was a bad decision. And I don't know, it was unclear what he was mad about, but he ended up throwing it down the stairs and it broke. And it didn't break bad, the neck broke off. So whenever I went home and told my mom, it got to Diego Latore, from Hanover Face Band, the guitarist and the frontman, and he sent me a new one. And then the next thing I knew, I had tons of guitarists sitting in front of me, and I was taking lessons from him and Evan Stanley from Amber Wild.
Nice.
So you've only been playing guitar for a little over a year.
You're a quick study, my friend.
So
wow.
Betsy, do you find yourself singing more or playing guitar or both, or is that?
I think live, definitely singing more, but whenever I'm at home, I tend to play guitar more. Unless I have a show coming up. Like if I have like something coming up where I need to like learn songs, then I'll probably sing more. But I don't play guitar live as much as I sing. So
Oh, it's just a matter of time. You'll be shredding it on the guitar, the bass, or any of them too when you're singing. So you said when you have a show coming up, what have you in the last year? What type of shows have you been doing, and what?
Well, I do some like writers rounds, so like just my guitar and me, and I play some originals like acoustic. And I play Rare Hair a lot, which I've only actually done one of them, which was the last one. But I say a lot because I have one coming up actually on Wednesday. So to me, that's a lot.
Tell us what Rare Hair is.
So Rare Hair is a jam organized by Tyson Leslie from Vixen Keyboard. And basically what happens is he gets a ton of musicians and he gets a ton of metal songs and he puts all these musicians on these songs, and then you just kind of switch out the bands. Does that make sense? Like,
okay, so you're playing with a different group of musicians?
Yeah.
And were you
and he
singing
assigns
for the last
songs. And he assigns the songs.
Yes.
Right.
Well, sometimes I can choose them. Like, I mean, I kind of ask him. I'm like, hey, can I have this one? He's like, sure. So sometimes you can kind of, and he'll give them to you.
All right.
And what did you ask for?
I asked for this one. I asked for Eyes of a Stranger by Queensryche and Up All Night by Slaughter, and I got them. So
nice. Who are you paired with for those songs?
let's see. I actually don't remember. I got the email this morning, but I know that on I think Eyes of a Stranger, Brian Gamboa is going to be on guitar, but that's all I remember.
Okay.
And for the last Rare Hair that you did, were you possibly the youngest person performing?
I was.
And I love your song choices because they are song choices I think Amy and I both would have chosen. Granted, but I don't sing. So how did you get into metal? I love that you're like keeping the music alive. So how did you get into it?
Yes. So actually, I was with Diego Latore from Hanover Face Band, and I was in his living room one day, and he started just playing. He was like started playing all these on his TV, like music videos, and there was Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, Iron Maiden, and Anthrax. And then he told me all like the Thrash 4 lore and the Megadeth, the Metallica beef, and I didn't really like it. I wasn't that into it. But then a couple months later, I was at a Hanover Face show, and I heard Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, and I loved it so much. I went home and listened to it so many times, and that led me to get into all the other bands that I'm into now. So yeah.
No, have you had a chance to play with Motley Crue or meet any of the members of Motley Crue?
I have not, no.
Okay, just not yet. I'll say just not yet. That's going to be, oh my goodness, that is so. And so you're in Nashville.
Yes.
Are you influenced by country music or have you ever performed country music?
I have, because whenever I first started performing, I was not quite into metal yet. I was kind of teetering between metal and not metal. So, I sang all those country songs for a while there.
No, I like country too. So, okay, so of all those thrash metal bands, who are you most influenced by?
Ooh, ah, that's such a hard question because there's so many.
Name
Name
a
them
few.
all. Yeah.
Name them.
So probably Chastain is a big one because Leather Leone. There's not much women in thrash metal. Definitely Doro Pesh from Warlock. Megadeth, of course. Megadeth is my favorite band. I mean, I have like a giant flag right here.
I was gonna ask you. Okay, I was like, who's there? Okay.
Rattlehead. Dio, Vixen, for sure. Yeah.
Now, we were just able to speak to Julia from Vixen, and in my opinion, I think she is possibly one of the coolest people in the entire world. And
Yes.
just everything about her, I was just blown away. And you have met her.
I
Tell us
have.
about that.
So the first time it was in Toledo, Ohio, at a show with Vixen, Great White, Slaughter, and Stephen Pearcy, and Adler. And since Tyson is in Vixen, and he is also in Hanover Face Band at the moment, so we were down there, and we went to the show, and since we were with Tyson, we were kind of just with all those people. And yeah, I love Vixen. I adore all of them. Every lineup, like they're so inspirational. Like
No, yeah, I agree. All the positive energy that's coming from them, all the different podcasts they listen to them, interviews with, they're amazing, and they're doing the Amy. Okay, help me out. What is it? It's at the Rock and Roll Camp in Los
Oh,
Angeles. They're
Rock and
doing
Roll
the Viper
Fantasy
Room
Camp.
Fantasy
Yeah,
Camp.
and it actually starts. We're recording December 2nd, and it actually starts tomorrow.
oh my gosh, I wanted to go to that, but it's so expensive.
Right, I'm sure.
know.
I'm just gonna take you back to you're with Tyson, right? And it's a place in Ohio. So we know how it is to be like ushered in with whoever you're with. They just kind of let y'all pass out badges and all of that stuff. What was that day like from start to finish in regards to as best as you can remember?
So whenever I woke up, I was like so excited because I knew like I'm about to meet all these people. I was so pumped. This is like my first rockstar interaction. Like from that point back, I had no like interaction with any like my heroes or anything. Tyson, he went to go to Roxy's room for I don't know what reason. I've kind of forgot. But he took me with him.
Roxy Petrucci from Vixen.
Yes.
Okay.
And he took me with him, and she opened the door, and on the inside, I totally like exploded, but I couldn't like show that, you know. So I was trying to, so even though I was totally freaking out, I was like trying to be cool. Like I'm I'm used to it, guys, but I was totally. And I met her, and then a couple minutes later, we were going to drive to the venue, and we went downstairs into like the hotel lobby, and there was Rosa, the lead singer now, Julia, Britt, it was everyone. Right. And I just stayed quiet because I knew if I said anything, it was going to be super weird and cringy. And then we got to the venue.
Did you ride? Yeah, did you ride to the venue with them?
I didn't. Mm-mm.
Okay.
But whenever we drove to the venue, I looked out the window, and I just see Steven Adler and all his guys sound checking. Steven Adler, he has been like, he's one of my favorite rock stars. He is one of my favorites. I have a picture of the face I made. I have a picture of the face I made. And
what's that face?
Yeah.
It was like you could just see the shock. It was crazy. And the second I got out of the car, I see Ari, Steven's singer, and he's like, Skylar, and I'm like, how does he know my name? But then he takes me to go him and Tyson take me to go meet Steven. And Steven signs me a drumstick, and he tells me that I come sit with him while he's playing, like whenever it's time for him to play. So after that, we kind of like hung out in a little, it was outside, so there wasn't really like a green room, but there was like places with all their trailers and like catering
like a
and
tent.
stuff. Yeah, so we were hanging out in there, and we watched Vixen sound check. And then that's whenever like Slaughter and Great White and Stephen Piercy, they started pulling up. I met all of them. And then whenever everybody started playing, I did get to sit like behind some speakers with Steven. It was cool.
I
That's
saw on your
awesome.
Instagram a little video of that, and I was just like, wow,
Yep.
that was amazingly cool. Now, do you play drums too?
I don't. I've been
Not yet.
thinking.
Okay, I'll just say not yet. I can't say not yet. But
Just to think about it.
so on that day, did you perform with any of the bands? Did you have a chance to play with them?
I didn't. Mm-mm.
Okay. Now that was in Ohio. Do you travel to see shows or do you travel to perform?
I travel to see shows sometimes. Like,
Okay.
sometimes. Rarely.
Okay. Like now you're performing. I've heard that you perform at JBJ in Nashville.
Ooh.
So how did that come about that you were able to perform there?
Well, my mom's band, Hand Over Face, as I've mentioned a couple times, they are, if I'm correct, they're the house band. I might need to double check that, but if I'm correct, they are. And whenever they have day shows, because I'm not allowed in past like 6 p.m., but whenever they have like 2 to 6 shows and stuff, which usually it's Thursdays 2 to 6, I will come and I'll get to sing with them. So
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wonderful. What is that like now? There's Amy's been to JBJ's. I have not. So she was talking about how there's different floors. Do you perform different floors or what do you?
I have only even been on the main stage. I have not even went upstairs at all.
It's such a cool stage.
It is.
It's really a cool stage.
It-
It's real.
Mike, are you going to continue playing at JBJ's this year?
I think I will. See, I can't get like my own shift yet since I'm 12. So whenever
Okay.
I think I might try and get my own shift there, possibly.
I wonder how old you have to be to get your own shift.
See, I don't know because the legal working age is 14, but I still don't know if I can do it at 14. I'll have to. I don't know.
Look at that's 2 years away.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on though. I have a thing, and I know this is a totally different genre, but we should look into Taylor Swift's history because she would have set the precedent. If she could have done it and not gotten in trouble, then you can do it and not get in trouble. So that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Yeah. Taylor Swift was playing playing the stages in
Mhm.
Nashville early too. But now,
Mhm.
Skylar, do you listen to Taylor Swift?
I don't.
Oh,
I was just using the example as a young artist and
Yeah.
bars and stages in Nashville. That's the only reference that I was,
Yeah.
putting on. So, yeah.
now I was going to also ask, as we're looking at your amazing talent, have you ever thought about or tried out for any of the like national competitions like X Factor, American Idol, The Voice?
So last year, actually around like this time, I did audition to be on The Voice, and they told me I was too young.
How does one even audition for The Voice? How does that work out? Or what do you do?
I had to send in like a video of me singing. I did 2 songs, and I had Diego from Hand Over Face backing me on like acoustic, and I actually did it from on stage. And I sent it in. I think you had to like write a what's it called, like a
Like a little
Like a
bio
bio.
about yourself?
and then you just send it to them. And so that's what I did. They're like, oh no, too young.
Did they tell
Okay,
you how
so
old you have to be?
I'm pretty sure you have to be 13.
All right.
So
You
yeah,
gonna do it again?
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
That'd be
I
awesome.
think that would be. And would you do I guess The Voice is singing, but American Idol, you could do everything, right?
I have a question going back a little bit. What is would you say, your favorite moment of being on stage, be it JBJ's, Rare Hair, all of that? What's the funnest memory that you have to date?
My favorite is playing with David Ellefson of Megadeth.
How was that?
Unreal. I'm still not over it. It happened in September 9th. I remember it. It's embedded in my head. I was wearing this exact jacket. I'm still not over it.
How did that even happen?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, Tyson had kind of like mentioned it to me a couple times, and I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. I was like not believing him, and I knew I was gonna play at this one, because he asked me what song I would want to sing, so I told him How Much Love by Vixen. That's all I thought I was doing, and then I got the email, and I went to go find my name. I was looking under vocals because that's what I thought I would be in, and I did find my name in vocals under How Much Love. And I was scrolling back up, and I saw my name again. I was like, "Oh, what's that?" I looked a little closer, and I see my name next to David Ellefson's name. I freaked out. I freaked out so hard, and I went downstairs, and I totally freaked out to my mom, and then I freaked out to all my guitar teachers, and then I freaked out to everyone. I freaked out to my social media, and then I just had one major freak out. And then I got a ton of guitar lessons on it because I was freaking out. And
so cool.
A couple days before the actual Rare Hair, I got on stage with Hand Over Face, and I played it with them because I was so freaking out and I wanted to make sure that I had the song. And I did have it. And so whenever the day came, it was crazy. I got there and I went to the green room and he was just standing there. It was insane. I didn't know how to act. It's like, what do I even do? So I just hi, you sure we're on Symphony of Destruction together? And then he just said hi, and then we didn't talk again until after. And it was pretty much the same interaction. Hi, that was so fun. Can I get a picture? I was like, yeah, let's get a picture. And oh, you rocked, great. And then we never talked again.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you've already met one of your favorite stars, Megadeth. Who else do you want to perform with?
Oh,
I want to perform. That's hard. Perform with probably. That's really hard.
Go all out. Go all out. First thing that pops in your head.
Dave Mustaine. Doro Pesh, probably. I love her. She's amazing. I think that's pretty. Steven Adler. I do want to play with him because I adore him. That's probably it.
I know there'll be more. So what, this is, we're heading toward the end of 2024. What are your hopes for 2025? What do you want to be doing musically?
I want to record some music. I want to put out some music because I have so many songs written and I don't know what to do with them, and I want to record them.
So when you write your songs, do you write them to sing, to play guitar, or the whole thing?
I haven't decided that yet. I don't know. I just write them to write them. I'll figure that out later.
Wow. Yep. You're amazing. And a songwriter. And is all the music you're writing right now more thrash metal, or what would you consider, or different genres?
I'd say I take a lot of inspiration from Lee Aaron, so I think it's kind of somewhere in between the glam and the thrash metal.
And it could be your own musical style too. Yeah, I was going to say it could just be your own
glam thrash.
Oh, that is so. How do you balance you're performing and schoolwork? Do you find it difficult, or?
Not really. I mean, my school does not take me that long. It's self-paced. Okay. I can, whenever on days, on show days, I can just do it in the morning and get it over with, and I'm good for the rest of the day to do, show day things. So it really doesn't take up that much of my time.
So you can balance it all. And do you also take music lessons right now?
I do take guitar lessons, yes.
Excellent. So Skylar has something in common with my son, in the fact that she's homeschooled. So part of me and the like the mom aspect is like, what curriculum are you using and all that, but we won't get into that here. Just because.
And I used to homeschool one too. That's what we're just like, yeah, I get it. Well, it gives you
Yeah.
so much time to do your other passions because you have this amazing talent that also needs to be. If you're schooling from 8 to 5, there's not enough hours in the day to do it. So, and I also want to talk a bit about your mom and how she's influenced you. So, what music do you and your mom listen to together, or what music do you have in common that you both enjoy?
Well, she is more into like the not super heavy metal. Like she likes Heart and you know,
She's
Journey.
probably right there with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I can probably name some of her bands too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we do listen to like just now we were actually listening to Skid Row while like cooking downstairs. We were listening to Slave to the Grind actually because she needs to learn it for Rare Hair because she's playing Rare Hair too.
Oh,
Nice.
and will you continue to keep playing with your mom?
I mean, we don't really play together. No, we don't really like play
Okay.
really. Whenever I play with her band, she's usually running the tip bucket. So
That's right.
we don't really play together. I mean, she's been on like backup vocals on one of my songs that were here before, but rather than that, we have never played together.
So you're both like different. You're both talented musicians that play your own. That's really cool too.
We're like a separate thing. Like we're not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you go to each other's shows? I imagine
Yes.
she's at all of yours. Okay. And do you
I'm
get
at
to what?
I'm at most of hers. Like I'm at the daytime ones because
I was going to ask, you probably can't stay if she's playing at JBJ's later in the night. You probably can't.
yeah.
Well, Amy, I'm thinking we're going to have to go down and watch Skylar play. That's another reason to go back to Nashville. I would
Yeah, it
love
is.
this. Yeah. Well, so in 2025, do you have any plans to tour, or are you going to be playing more in Nashville?
I don't really have plans for much in 2025. I mean, I'm probably just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and that's kind of what I did this year. I was gonna keep doing what I was doing last year. Then all this stuff got thrown at me, and I was like, okay.
Very exciting.
So,
And what are your
oh,
ultimately, what would your biggest dream be for performing in your music right now?
probably my biggest dream is to like either probably go on tour and like play all those big like arenas and stuff. Isn't that everybody's dream though? Like, or be one of those 80s metal bands like guitarist. Like I like fill in for someone that left, you know what I mean? That would be awesome.
If you could choose what bands you did that with or had a band that opened up for, what bands would you choose?
Megadeth and Vixen. For sure.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. That would be those would be good shows.
I mean, I just think of all these amazing 80s rock, 80s, 90s, type rock festivals that they have, and I keep hearing about. I think you're a shoo-in to go perform at those. I think people would love it. I think people would go crazy for it. I think it would be absolutely exciting.
I want to so bad. Like Monsters on the Mountain. I was at Monsters on the Mountain, and they had an after party, and it was actually run by Tyson. And I was gonna play. I didn't know if I was gonna play it or not. We had like unofficial plans for me to play it, and then by that time I was so dizzy. Like I had been standing for too long at all these shows, with my pots and everything, and I didn't think I was gonna be able to play it. So I told them to scrap the idea.
Well, you just thought of something that we haven't talked about in this episode yet. Is you do have some real struggles that you have. So what gives you the strength? How are you so resilient to get out there and keep going?
It's just I love it too much to not. Like I can't just not. Like I have dedicated like everything to my music. Like I can't just stop because I got sick one day. Like I just can't do that. And even if it comes to the point where I can't, because I can't perform how I used to. I can't. Like if I try to be as active as I used to on stage, I can't. Like I can't. It's awful.
Okay.
But I've thought about like if I end up playing like bigger shows, like those arenas or anything, like Billie Eilish has pots, and her whole setup, like she has this rotating box that she stands in, and it turns so she can like lay down and stuff. And I'm like, if I ever start, touring and doing all that, then I could have stuff like that.
That's amazing. Okay, so for people who don't know, what is POTS?
So POTS it stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is so misleading because you hear tachycardia and you think it's something wrong with your heart. Nothing's wrong with your heart. Your heart is actually doing what it's supposed to do. But basically, for me, I have the hypermobile kind of POTS, where basically all my connective tissue is really soft. And so my veins don't constrict how they should. And so my blood pressure is low, very low, and which causes a lot of like blood pooling and stuff. So there's fainting and dizziness and lightheadedness and nausea, and of course your heart is fast and it palpitates, and so it's really hard to perform whenever your blood pressure is low because your heart just goes insane, and then you get super nauseous, and then your vision goes black, and you're just like, whoa.
So you sound well versed in what you have, and can you like make accommodations for yourself? You know what you could do, what your limits are.
I do. Right now, I'm currently in what's supposed to be like my treatment plan. Basically, what is basically, I have to build a ton of muscle so that it can kind of help my veins constrict a bit more. And that should help me a lot. But until then, I am just kind of chilling out on the performing. If I do perform, I'm low energy. And I don't perform for long periods of time. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
Well,
so you're pumping iron.
Yeah, you're pumping iron.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
I'll take that out.
Well, she's
like, building muscle. I'm like, yeah, we're going for it. I love the edit button. Now, you know what? Now it's so cute. We're all laughing. I probably end up leaving it in. No, I won't.
Yeah, no.
It's just this awkward silence of, how do I respond to that?
No, Skylar, I am just like, with every next segment that we talk about with you, I am just blown away more and more. So first is like, I don't want to harp on your age too much, but your age with being a singer, guitarist, a songwriter, performing is in itself incredibly amazing. And I am just like, wow. And then to know that you're also dealing with some health issues and being able to like work through it all and still be this amazing. Like, I can't wait for the next few years to hear what more you're doing. And I have no doubt you're going to figure out how to get over this hurdle and being in the arenas and performing. It's amazing. Now, I also can't wait. Is there any like music videos in your future or Instagram videos or like?
That would be fun.
I mean, sometimes I do post like, I do bass covers and guitar covers and stuff. I've been trying to figure out how I could do like vocal covers, but see, it's not like a guitar cover or a bass cover where I can just plug it into my amp and put a track on my TV and just kind of play. Because if you do vocals without equipment, it sounds what's the word? Like, um,
There's a
it
lot of
sounds,
reverb.
yeah, it just doesn't sound that good. And I don't
It's not as
really,
good as it could be. Yeah.
yeah. And so it makes me not want to post it. But, you know, I do post videos of like me singing live and stuff. I'll probably post videos of Rare Hair after Wednesday. And pictures
And
too.
what platforms do you use to promote yourself? Besides, you do Instagram.
TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest. Sometimes I'll post like gig pictures on Pinterest. And I think that's it.
Okay. Now, if you're out there exploring new music or looking, what platform do you watch the most, or what do you engage in most as a user?
Spotify.
Yeah. Okay. I'm an Apple Music person too. That's
Same.
Oh yeah. My most used app is probably Spotify. I swear, I never close it out. It's just always there.
Yeah.
And also, before we close this out, Aim, I'm going to have you ask some more questions. But can you tell me more about your working relationship with Tyson Leslie? Because you've mentioned him a number of times. He looks incredibly talented, and I'm fascinated with everything he organizes too. So, what's your relationship working wise with Tyson Leslie?
Well, let me see. Of course, we played a couple times. Because we played together a couple times because whenever I play with Hand Over Face, he's usually on keys and rhythm guitar. Um, he plays guitar and keyboard at the same time. I don't know. Oh, but he does it. Of course, puts me on Rare Hair, and yeah, he's done a lot for me. I really appreciate like all he's done. You know, he's got me with David, and he's got me with pretty much everyone that I've met. He's connected me with. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
really grateful.
That's
That
really
speaks to
awesome.
what he thinks about your talent.
Yes.
Okay, I have one more. So for 2025 or even the end of 24, are there any concerts that you look forward to going to, or any bands you hope to see that are going on tour? Because now we get like tour dates like 6 months to a year ahead of time.
Oh man, I don't know. You know, I really want to go on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I really want to go to Hell's Heroes. It's that festival in Houston, Texas, with all like the thrash metal and the speed metal and the progressive metal and all that. I really want to go to that. I have a lot of friends going to that, but that's like a week from the cruise. Like I gotta choose one or the other.
Yeah.
I want to go to Monster Mountain again, and I want to go to M3. I want to go do a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do a lot too. I know. I wish
Feel you.
Amy and I keep our list going of all the things we want
Yeah.
to do. But and of course, will your mom go with you to all those places?
Yes.
Okay, go mom. I love that.
That's so awesome. I think we covered it. One of the things we didn't say was that when you were on stage at Rare Hair, who was in the audience, and how did you handle those nerves?
So the thing about Rare Hair is that since it's Tyson, he has all of his rock star friends. And so you're playing next to one of your heroes. You got David Ellefson on this side of you. Then you look forward and you see Jack Gibson from Exodus and Testament, and you see people from Kix and people from Ace Frehley's solo band, and let me see who else was there. Billy from Mr. Big, and it was just all these people, and I'm just like, oh.
And I just have to ask, were they all relatively nice people?
Yes.
And wonderful to meet. Okay. That's nice. That's good to hear.
Right. I can't imagine. I'm not a musician, so I don't sing and I don't play, but I do talk. And I can't imagine getting up on a stage and talking in front of these people, much less having to perform, either play or sing. Like, that's intimidating. And to rock it out and to hold it together and just do a great job. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes. Skylar, so whenever you have whenever your album's coming out, you're performing anything else, let us know, and we'll be here to like talk about it and promote you. We are big fans of yours, and I am so excited. I am just so much for everything, your talent, and for loving the music you do and keeping it alive. You're going to inspire the next generation to keep listening to it. So this is really exciting.
Yes.
That's awesome. Easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Skylar, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate you. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do and where you're going to go and who you're going to tour with and what stage you're going to perform on. We're going to be excited to see you grow.
And I love the red hair.
Right? Oh my gosh. I redid it yesterday just for this.
Yay!
It looks amazing.
It's looking so sad and so gray. I was like, I can't go on this with it. Like, I have to.
That's so awesome.
Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
No, I'm going to say I am looking forward to, I hope you post some more things about rare hair and your performing, because I'm going to be eagerly anticipating it to watch it to see how this goes. It'll be amazing. I just can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Alrighty, my friend. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Skylar. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, big thank you to Skylar Jade. So talented, so amazing. And I still have to keep saying that she is 12 years old.
Right.
Playing guitar, picked up the bass a few weeks ago, and is going to be like excelling at that and killing it, and singing and writing her own music. Superstar.
Yeah. Amazing.
So proud of this kid.
Right. I can't wait to see where she'll go and what she's going to do and all the things. So excited for her. Just amazing. Before we leave the show, please make sure you follow us on our socials. We're at RockTheLife Girl on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will say we're mostly active on our Instagram. So if you really want to connect, that's the place to be. If you would like to support the show to help us keep going, we do have a merch store. It's rtlmerch.com, where we have our t-shirts, mugs. Hey, did you get your package yet? You've got some stuff coming to you, right?
I have some stuff coming. I can't wait.
I'm so excited for you. So t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs. We got a scarf, a whole bunch of stuff on there. So check that out. And Katya, that was so fun.
Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Aim.
There we go.
Yep. Don't forget.
Rock the life.
Rock the life.
Bye.
Bye.